respect for the dead? How many of y'all have lost somebody in here? How many of you here have lost somebody that's somebody that they truly miss and wish was here? If you lost somebody and you wish they was here, put your light in the air. If you don't got a lighter or a light, put 2 fingers in the air.
Torch.
Let's bring their energy to us. Let's bring their energy in this moment. All of us have been through some hard times. There's been some times, keep your lights up, y'all. All of us have been through some hard times. There's been times when you thought you wasn't gonna make it. That life was so hard that you was about to really give up because it was too crazy and too terrible what you were dealing with. And guess what? You're here today. So next time you ever feel like you can't make it or it's too much, just give it some time. You'll get past it. It'll get greater later. This song's called A Lot of God. Keep it.
You guys check him out. He's amazing. He's a newer country singer. His name's Michael Phillips. I seen him with Yellow Wolf this summer when we went on concert. I was going to play my introduction, but I'm just not going to because I'm frustrated with Ryan Finds Truth. Ryan finds nothing. Ryan's spreading rumors. Ryan saying these people, because they have the last name of Hill, were related to Fred, when the truth of the matter is he's looking at the wrong Hills. In my opinion, I'm going to show you. Hold on, I don't have my community wall pulled up. Oh. 3537 Van Hill Road, Greenville. Yes, there's a poll, as Ryan stated, but the relatives are Leslie Ann Hill. There's no Fred, but Ryan will tell you there is. However, what I want to do first here is let's listen about the search. And sorry I missed all this last night, guys. I was sleeping. I slept till real late because I stayed up the night before to interview Tanya. And for those that haven't watched it, please go watch it because I brought up certain points about my area that connects to Summer's area. I'm not saying my people took Summer. This connection right here, it just threw a bunch of shit in my head. I look at all lanes. I do say that my family has connections to maybe the James Light shit that was going on down there in Tennessee. I'd even put 1,000% on that shit. Yeah. But this is concerning to me. And I'm not saying there isn't a ring either, but I'm saying this right here with Leslie Hill being connected to that address. We're going to go back a little bit tonight, but let's listen to the news broadcast first.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation tells us TBI and FBI has searched an area this past week in the continued search for Summer Wells. It's our breaking news tonight.
It's been more than 4 years since Summer Wells was last seen. The then 5-year-old was reported missing from her home in the Beech Creek community in Hawkins County.
There's been no sign of the little girl since, and law enforcement from several agencies have worked countless tips over the years. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with TBI, who says the case is far from cold. Ansley?
Yeah, Sarah and Casey, there have been more questions than answers since Summer Wells disappeared from her home in Hawkins County on June 15th of 2021. But today, the TBI confirmed that their agents, along with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, continue to investigate what happened to Summer. They say that last week, on November 13th, their agents, along with the detectives, were at a location in the 3500 block of Van Hill Road in Greenville, following up on a lead in the case. That's about 9.5 miles from the Wells family home on Ben Hill Road via State Route 347. Now, we followed up with the TBI asking if they could provide details about the nature of the tip, if anything substantiated from it, and how long it had been since
We're
their
going to talk
agents
about
followed up
that.
on a lead
Maybe.
like this in the field. The spokesperson couldn't tell us those details, but said that agents follow up on leads as they come in, and the investigation remains active and ongoing. Now, this is the first update outside of law enforcement sharing age-progressed photos and ensuring the case is not cold and that they haven't forgotten about Summer. We also reached out to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, Ronnie Lawson, and have yet to hear back from him or his office. It's important to note, though, that there is still an active Amber Alert for Summer, and no one has been arrested or charged in connection to her disappearance.
So the Amber Alert is still active. This was just a tip they were following up on. We hear them say that they follow up on any and all tips. Maybe it was just Leslie's name came up. Maybe Hunter confessed to something. But definitely Leslie, this I don't know, but that's the shit Ryan shouldn't be putting up till he knows exactly what's going on here. Because that terrifies Summer Wells community, right? The people that cover and follow Summer, to sit there and say there's a dirty pig farm and this, that, and the other, that terrifies the hell out of people. And that could be a scary situation. And that should be something that the police look in on. That shouldn't be something Ryan comes out here and wants to give you all the worst that he possibly can. If it's true, that's scary. That's a scary thought. I feel like it was a pretty good lead for TBI, FBI. Yeah, it was a good tip. But here's what I found. This is Spokio. I didn't pay for nothing. I didn't have to. Lived here 15 years, 2009 to 2024. There's a Joseph F. Hill, which is a past resident, but there is a Paul somewhere else I seen. I don't have that pulled up. But all the same names are on it. It might be this Randy Paul Hill. Earl, stop. Leslie Ann Hill is at the top of the list. Is this a wife? Is this Leslie's home? Is this a brother? Was Leslie married? Justin found some names. I'll have to check him out. I'll have to check and see what he found. What names did they match mine? Because this is exactly past residence at 3537 Van Hill Road. Leslie Ann Hill, age 56. Leslie K. Hill. There's a bunch. When you push the name, a bunch come up. It don't tell you which one. So I'm not saying this is true, but I'm saying yes. Let me remind you who Leslie is. Let's start with this one. Leslie has since passed away.
Hunter has become one that, you know how some kids are, they don't feel comfortable opening up to the mother
Right.
or the any kind of role figure. And he actually opened.
What?
And I mean, just to look on his face when he got his first paycheck, that was $127. He acted like he got a check for $1 million.
Aw.
Yep.
I mean, he called my daughter straight up and he said, "Ain't Steph,
Gangster talk.
look at what I got." And I mean, he was just, and Hunter's the type of person, he's good hearted. Yeah, he has a temper. What 15-year-old don't act like they conquer the world,
Oh, they know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's like the night that Allison said that she got the phone call. We was at the football field. My grandson plays football. And he was at his practice. And at 7:29, Hunter called my phone to tell Allison that Summer was gone. From that time on, it bothered Hunter because he was wondering what happened because she was alive the last time he seen her.
Okay.
So Candace sent the TBI and all them to here to talk to him. And I mean, he's just, I don't want to say he's declined, but he's not as, I don't know if you would say anxious or whatever. He don't want to leave the adult side. He wants to stay around them all the time. He don't want to go out
This
and
has
do
got to be a
stuff
lot
to
for him.
enjoy. He don't want to go out and
What's the adult side, by the way?
enjoy himself doing stuff because he's kind of scared, That's the way I get it. And he wants to shut down. But I mean, Hunter's a good kid. I mean, he honestly is. And if you ask me if I think anything happened, Hunter done anything? No, I don't. I mean, he wants to take things
She was
into
Allie's friend.
consideration of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good kid.
He is.
Right, Vet Girl?
A lot of 15-year-olds don't work. So it's good that he wants to work, get his own money. It's hard for him. He was close with Summer. That was probably like his little sister too, So, and to think that, she could possibly have been abducted. I mean, I think any kid would be scared to leave the house. Oh, yes. Now, was that the only time that she picked up Hunter? Was just that one time to go to the swimming hole, or did they hang out often?
She used to bring the kids over here to the park across the street from me, and they used to play in the park.
Okay, so then you guys would hang out together, or the kids would go over and hang out at the park with her and her kids?
Yes, and there was a time when my oldest kind of snuck off and went up to her house with her best friend and spent the night there, and then she pissed my oldest off, and my oldest caught ways with her.
Is that recent?
Yep.
Thank
I've
you,
seen a lot
Amanda
of
Kay.
photos of your oldest daughter, I believe to be your oldest daughter, with Summer. She seemed like she liked her. She loved her a lot.
She did. That was her little sidekick.
Go ahead.
There is rumor going around that Candace gave your son alcohol at the swimming hole. Is that true?
Yes, that is very true.
Do you
He already knows.
Do you know how many alcoholic beverages that
Are you sure her heels aren't over her head?
she gave him that day? Like how many drinks did he have?
I've heard one. And then I seen on here that there's a video that some dude posted. I guess the dude went to the site and he kept counting out all these Twisted Tea bottle cans.
No.
For one,
Okay,
they
that
didn't
was
even
over a
match one
week
another.
after it happened. And more than Hunter and Candace and them went up there because it's a known place. It's at the horse pond. People go ride horses and fish.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to tell me nobody has drunk up there at the horse pond since Hunter drank that one.
Thank you for joining.
because
Was
there
it a
was 3
twisted
different
tea
kinds.
that Hunter had drank?
It wasn't it?
Yes.
It was okay.
And Candace keeps changing her stories. Like every day it's a different story. And they don't add up.
Do you know? Had she given him alcohol before? Do you know?
Not that I can really say.
Okay. You were there when he returned home. Did he
Yes.
seem like he was intoxicated, or like that he would have had like
No,
any
he
form
was a
of
perfect
altered?
15-year-old.
Okay.
He was holding straight conversations, walking a straight line.
So he
Okay.
probably could have had like a few sips. Nothing to get him to.
All he told us is that he had a twisted tea from her.
Do you know? Here's one question from the chat. Do you know if Candace was drinking that day at the swimming hole?
I do not.
Okay.
I would like to know.
That was
Candace out of
released
control.
today of Candace's interview that stated that Hunter asked to go with her because he didn't want to stay here with his grandmother.
Oh yeah, there's a video I don't know if you guys are aware of yet, but it was
Candace's interview.
Candace's interview with WJHL, which is our news station here. She said that Hunter asked her if he could go with them because he didn't want to be here around my grandmother because she's a fucking bitch.
Around
Hunter
your
would never say
grandmother?
that.
Around your grandmother or his grandmother, your mom?
My grandmother, his great grandma.
He calls Sherry Nana. He
Okay.
calls Allison's grandmother, which is his great grandmother. He calls her grandma.
Okay.
So they're all
Inland Garden, and Hunter was with his girlfriend, and her mother. I do know that.
Yeah.
But
there was an altercation later that day between the girlfriend's mom and everybody.
okay, see, because there was
Yeah.
a big argument that day with the girlfriend's mom and everybody outside.
Yeah. Out back behind my house.
Behind her house.
Yeah.
And she knows that Hunter is not in foster care, and she knows that he's in trouble. She knows he does smoke weed and smoke cigarettes and everything else. He done it before that day, and she allows it. So it just makes me mad that she's trying to lie and act like she's something that she's not.
But,
Did she act like Hunter was disturbing this and that? That's not true. That's not true.
He violated probation.
Yes, he's in juvenile detention for getting in trouble. So I mean, they lie about everything. So it's like you lie about small stuff. No, I mean, what else you lie about? I think
Our boys went to school with him. I mean, up until he got sent off.
Tell me about him. Tell me about him, and from what you've witnessed, the fact that he plays with your kids, whatever you heard, how he is as a person, what's gone on in the streets since all this has happened.
A bully.
He does, but he does have a hard time because I mean he tries to be tough, and he's really not about that life. And I think not just him.
I have a whole list of the unmasked. I don't know where the original video went. It was in Doug's because Teresa took it down. That fucking bothers me like crazy. But what I want to move on to now is Ryan had showed, I'm trying to remember where, I'm going to have to search. But Ryan had showed the name Mason outside of the address. I'm going by memory, and my memory could be wrong. But I think I remember Leslie saying her son's name was Mason somewhere. So this bothers me since I'm seeing her name at that address, and I've heard somewhere that her name's Leslie Ann, somewhere in research within the 4 years. So the middle name matches, the age would match. So are we looking at Hunter again? Are we looking at that baby never made it home from the fishing hole? Are we looking at, did Candace call Leslie and Allie for cleanup? Are we looking at Leslie was a handler? If Fred's related, that throws a whole bunch more into it. Did Fred call Leslie and then Leslie used Allison as a cleanup to make sure Hunter didn't talk? There's so many possibilities with this search if it was in fact at that property. The fact that you have some names connected, Hill number 1, Leslie Hill number 2, really causes a disturbance for me. Hi, Chris. Hello, Crystal and company. Hope you're all doing okay. It's 10:03 a.m. here in the cold and snow-covered northern UK. It is 5:03. Earl, I'm live. It's 5:05 here. You know what? Let me put the CM interview on.
About a year and a half.
And this is right after you relocated here from New York. Okay. So
No, it's been a few years after we've been here from New York for about 10 years now.
okay. In that time, help me understand what the dynamics of that relationship between you guys.
Sherry.
My mother started the friendship. She had met Candace and the kids and her mom down here at the Santa train.
And you have a good Irish name.
Thank you.
I'm McDonough, so Cladow ring.
They had met Candace down at the Santa train.
Okay.
And then she slowly introduced Candace to us and her mother.
Okay. So that your introduction to Candace was through your mom.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your first impression? You're next. I see you're begging to jump in here, Allison. I love it already.
No, Leslie.
Leslie, I was just testing her. Okay. You passed too. So what was that? What was your first impression?
Someone that was looking for a friendship. Nice, you know.
Yep.
A
good person.
Yeah.
Just out looking for a friend. Okay. And over time, how did that friendship evolve?
We got close. She was like a sister to me. And those kids meant the world to me. Little Summer still does. Even the boys. It just kills me that she's gone. And, you know,
Candace was dirty and washed, and she did let her kids run all over and didn't make them mind.
So, and did that strike you?
Yes, and I did not like her.
Okay. And you're a great grandma, so you have that sense on whether you can tell, right? I mean, knowing, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, when were the highs and when were the lows?
We did. She had went to Utah, Wisconsin, over the summertime. She came back just before school started for the kids, and we did family things with my kids and her kids.
Right, and your mom.
And hikes. No, my mom had a falling out with her.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And over time, it's just started falling apart.
And how much time do you think it took?
A couple months for me to realize.
And what did you realize?
She was using me.
Okay, describe that for me.
Let's see, I put food in her house to feed her kids and her and her mom. I've had money come up missing, which I never told anyone.
Okay.
And it's pretty obvious where it went because there's only 3 adults in the house at the time. That's for kids. Kids can't go down in the store because there's not one that's near. That's where we go.
And where did you think the money was going?
Oh,
What's your gut?
probably drugs.
Okay. What kind of drugs?
Well, she came out and told me she was a recovering meth addict.
Okay.
Huh?
You know, she doesn't strike me as having the characteristics of somebody who is obviously under the influence of meth all the time. Sorry? Booze. Does she drink a lot?
Oh yeah, every night at 5:30.
I'm not saying she didn't do meth. Don't misunderstand me, right? I mean, I don't
She never
know.
did it for me. She always smoked weed.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
Who doesn't smoke weed today, though, right?
Me.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I'm. Oh, yeah. So we got 4 at the table here. Okay.
And I can't afford it. She drinks every night.
At least Leslie said
She
she's
drinks a
on.
nice sized bottle of R&R.
Okay.
Every night.
Okay.
I mean a nice sized jar.
How about a lot of times in this area, I know there's a big meth problem. What other kind of drugs are on the streets up here? How are pills doing up here?
Yeah.
And what kind of pills?
Oh no, I don't really hear about the pills. I hear about the meth.
Leslie?
Well, you hear pain pills,
Opioids? Like oxy?
that pain patch. They said on the news the other day that it's running rapid here.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, the fentanyl patches.
Yeah. Yeah, well, here in West Virginia, right? I mean, West Virginia, there's a town in West Virginia, I think it's Morganstown, and they had like 22 people OD on fentanyl in a single day. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
That's true. That's not far from me. That happens to be where Krama Mama's from too. That's about 45 minutes away from me, and that was on our news. He's not lying about that. Morgantown's really fucking bad. Sinister, I'll check it. I didn't see it. And thank you everybody coming in and chatting.
So at some point, 3 or 4 months into it, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, your relationship kind of dissolved, but it maintained.
Longer than
It
that.
was longer than that.
It was the start of the second year.
Yeah. It was about the end of August, early September.
Okay.
And then I really cut ties at the end of September, early October.
In that time, how was she treating the children?
She'd smack them and beat them.
Describe that.
Well, let's see. One time her son wanted a drink. She said no. He threw a fit on the floor, so she went over and wailed his ass.
Is that normal? Would you describe that?
So Leslie's the one that came out with the story that the boys were being laid on the hot pavement. Do y'all remember that? That should be coming up. But she gets really mad because Candace was laying the boys on the hot pavement.
As a mom, from your mom's position, would that be out of the norm, or even that raised your eyebrows?
It raised my eyebrows. Like, I don't beat my kids.
Okay. Did you say anything to her?
I said, what'd you do?
Ask her who unplugged the freezer.
Not me.
What hose unplugged? Now we can't have pizza snacks.
Well, plug it back in.
I did.
But in between this, you should ask Leslie. Because Leslie was there before all this.
So you've known Candace longer?
No.
Oh.
No, I met Candace on her birthday. See, me and her worked. Another thing that worries me is we hear the story from True where True said they brought an unconscious Summer to them at 3 a.m. one time because Summer had taken something laying around their home. Anybody remember that? Together.
Okay.
So I came over for her birthday party. And they had a swimming pool up out back. It's a little swimming pool. And her kids and Candace's kids was playing in the pool.
And some of the kids had got out and was eating a snack while we was cooking hamburgers and stuff. And two of her boys was in the pool and they was horse playing. And this really, what she done really got to me.
Okay.
I mean, they're kids. They're going to play in the pool.
Right.
They're going to get rough. You know, they're boys.
Right.
And because they got rough, horse playing in the pool, she made them get out. And back here behind the house, there's a driveway. And she made the two boys get out of the pool, wet, and lay down, stomach down on blacktop.
It was hot. Really hot.
That left an impression with you.
It left an impression so bad. I looked at her and Allison's mom, Sherry. I said, I do not like this bitch. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Allison, I said, this swimming pool is going down. I said, those kids did not deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out, picked a swimming pool up, and dumped it. Turned around and walked back in the house. I did not want to be around her the rest of the evening. I didn't, because if I would have been, honestly, I would have went to jail.
Right.
And you want to ask me how I felt about that? That is abuse. Those children could have got seriously burnt.
Right. No, I agree. I agree that if that ground is just unbelievably hot.
And with them being wet.
Right. Yeah, it's just like oil and water and grease. It just
and
fries them up. How did she react?
She just laughed.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care.
Her and her mom both just laughed.
Well, that certainly has left an impression on you, Leslie.
Yes, it does. I don't like her. I
Okay.
had nothing for her.
Right.
And I told that one right there when we was at work.
Right.
Every day she was off work, she was at Walmart spending money for them.
Okay.
And Sinister, I can't hear nobody say that you can't do that, because I had my ex-fucking brother-in-law call the whole ass U.S. Marshals on my kids because I'm on YouTube, penis. Fucking eggplant penis head crying boohoo into my sister, you big bitch ass baby. Hi, Bob. Hope you're watching. There were so many signs people have come out with that knew of the abuse and neglect. So many. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think it could be the same Leslie Hill? I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying when you see the name Leslie Ann Hill and it matches, that's concerning to me. Something Prayer Garden said that stuck with me, and I'm not a big Prayer Garden fan, and I have it clipped somewhere, is Allie and Leslie had passed away the same way, knocked on the head, found unconscious. But that's not true. Didn't Allie have pneumonia or something? I would like to really find out, like, could it be somebody's unaliving them to keep quiet? I mean, I'm just speculating. But when you see the new search and you see the name attached to the Van Hill, there's only 2 addresses on the 3500 block. And this address, 3537, owns all the land that would be on that block. So what's that tell you? Yeah, I thought she had pneumonia. There was a son named Wolf, and then they have a tree company. I read all that in my chat, and that's crazy. Was the Hill Tree Company on Ben Hill that day? Could it be Leslie and Fred really are connected through marriage or something, and they've kept it a secret? I haven't seen the name Paul and all of Fred's family tree or Andy's. And I've been all through that shit. Is there proof that that's his uncle? Did Fred confirm that? Because if Fred confirmed that, then we got a problem, especially if it's this Leslie that was connected. Right now, I'm just listening to this to see if we could find Leslie say her kid's name. It was either in here or in Unmasked. She said it when they were talking about going to the football game that day, or coming home from the football game that day. She said Mason was playing, remember? Or something like that. And Ryan Finds Truth had put a picture of the home on, and it says, congratulations, Mason. Like Mason just graduated high school, which would make perfect sense. Tree loopers were there, I'm sure. Yes, Fred said. Wow. So that would give him a Leslie Hill connection, which really gets scary here. Wow. Okay, let's put this back on.
Every day.
For the children. I know what you mean by for them, for the children, am I right? Me helping the kids move forward.
Those kids, all they would eat is dollar pizzas.
How do they have the cars that they drive? That kind of stuff.
The ones that are on the property, see, I only knew that at first, when I first met them, I only knew that Candace had a green Suburban. Donnie had a black truck, which Candace had sold when she came back from her trip from Wisconsin. She sold her husband's truck because he took his white truck with him to Utah.
Okay.
And there's other trucks on the property too that were not sold yet. There was a blue one that used to sit as you came out her front door. It used to sit right there in the yard.
Okay.
Next to the tree where the swing was.
Okay.
That's been moved over by the mother's trailer.
Since the incident?
Get it right, the mother's camper.
Well, the mother's camper, I call it trailer. But from what I've seen in the pictures, it's been moved over by the camper.
Yeah, but it didn't have any wheels.
It didn't have no wheels, no insides. It didn't even have an engine.
So let's talk about the day.
Was filthy.
Yes.
So you tell her that. You tell him
The
that.
house was nasty.
I didn't go up there because I didn't like her. So I always stay here.
What's your impression of Dawn?
Yeah. He seemed like an outgoing guy at first. You know, he has his problems.
Like we all do,
Yep.
right?
He loved Summer to death.
Yeah.
That was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
That was his pride and joy.
Is he still around? There's a rumor that he's kind of evaporated. Is that true? If you know?
The last time I knew he was around.
Okay. And of course, you know how things are. You know, people don't know unless they're here, right?
He's been acting a little loony on Facebook lately.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And on the his interviews on TV.
Right.
Like first he started saying stuff about God and how he wanted the people that stole his daughter punished by cruel means, and then he went to saying something about Jezebel, and now everyone has to answer to the prophet. Like weird.
Yeah.
But he has really hurt his family.
By throwing me and my son under the bus. Oh.
Well, you know, people do different things. Penny, for your thoughts, Leslie, where you at?
Honestly, I think Candace done something to her. Because Candace was jealous of that little baby.
Why though? Why would she?
Because that baby was getting Donnie's attention.
Statements like that have always been odd to me, and Leslie's the one that started that, and then Ziggy came out here and went with it. Candace is jealous of her own daughter. Because that daughter gets all of Dawn's attention, that Candace would harm the baby. Dude, if this is the same Leslie, come back from the grave. I dare you. Does it show her face was looking at orbits? Not here. In the unmasked one, her face is shown. I have a picture. Hold on, let me go. I clicked it out. Let me go put it back up. We could go listen to another unmasked clip. Doug just ruins every interview, everything he does. It's the farts, the gunshots, the pew shots. Sorry. Oops. Lisa had Teresa on talking about that interview once. I played the 12-minute one. Here, we'll put the 16-minute one on. Hey, why ain't you playing?
Hunter has become one that, you know how some kids are, they don't feel comfortable opening up to the mother.
Right.
Or
this was odd.
You know, any kind of role figure. And he actually opened.
What?
And I mean, just the look on his face when he got his first paycheck, that was $127. He acted like he got a check for $1 million.
Yep.
I mean, he called my daughter straight up and he said, "Ain't Stephanie, look.
Gangster talk.
Look at what I got." And I mean, he was just, and Hunter's the type of person, he's good-hearted. Yeah, he has a temper. What 15-year-old don't act like they conquer the world, you know?
Oh, they know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's like the night that Allison said that she got the phone call. We was at the football field. My grandson plays football. And he was at his practice. And at 7:29, Hunter called my phone to tell Allison that Summer was gone. From that time on, it bothered Hunter because he was wondering what happened because she was alive the last time he seen her.
Okay.
So Candace sent the TBI and all them to here to talk to him. And I mean, he's just, I don't want to say he's declined, but he's not as, I don't know if you would say anxious or whatever. He don't want to leave the adult side. He wants to stay around them all the time. He don't want to go out
This
and
has
do
got to be a
stuff
lot
to
for him.
enjoy. He don't want to go out and
What's the adult side, by the way?
enjoy himself doing stuff because he's kind of scared, you know? That's the way I get it. And he wants to shut down. But I mean, Hunter's a good kid. I mean, he honestly is. And if you ask me if I think anything happened, Hunter done anything? No, I don't. I mean, he wants to take a lot of things
She was
into
Allie's friend.
consideration of other people.
Sounds like a good kid.
He is.
Right, Vetgirl?
A lot of 15-year-olds don't work. So it's good that he wants to work, get his own money. It's hard for him. You know, he was close with Summer. It was probably like his little sister too, you know? So, and to think that, you know, she could possibly have been abducted. I mean, I think any kid would be scared to leave the house. Oh, yes. Now, was that the only time that she picked up Hunter? Was just at one time to go to the swimming hole, or did they hang out often?
She used to bring the kids over here to the park across the street from me, and they used to play in the park.
Okay, so then you guys would hang out together, or the kids would go over and hang out at the park with her and her kids?
Yes. And there was a time when my oldest kind of snuck off and went up to her house with her best friend and spent the night there. And then she pissed my oldest off, and my oldest caught ways with her.
Is that recent?
Yep.
I've seen a lot of photos of your oldest daughter, I believe to be your oldest daughter, with Summer. She seemed like she liked her. She loved her a lot.
She did. That was her little sidekick.
Go ahead.
There is rumor going around that Candace gave your son alcohol at the swimming hole. Is that true?
Yes, that is very true.
Do you know how many alcoholic beverages that
Are you sure her heels aren't over her head?
she gave him that day? Like how many drinks did he have?
I've heard one. And then I seen on here that there's a video that some dude posted. I guess the dude went to the site and he kept counting out all these Twisted Tea bottle cans.
No.
For one,
Okay, that
they
was
didn't even
over a
match one
week
another.
after it happened. And more than Hunter and Candace and them went up there because it's a known place. It's at the horse pond. People go ride horses and fish.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to tell me nobody has drunk up there at the horse pond since Hunter drank that one.
Thank you for joining.
Because
Was
there
it a
was three
Twisted
different
Tea
kinds.
that Hunter had Hunter had drank?
It wasn't.
Yes.
It was okay.
And Candace keeps changing her stories. Like every day it's a different story. And they don't add up.
Do you know, had she given him alcohol before? Do you know?
Not that I can really say.
Okay. You were there when he returned home. Did he seem like he was intoxicated, or like that he would have had like any
No, he
form
was a
of
perfect
altered?
15-year-old.
Okay.
He was holding straight conversations, walking a straight line.
So he probably could have had like a few sips. Nothing to get him to.
All he told us is that he had a Twisted Tea from her.
Do you know, here's one question from the chat. Do you know if Candace was drinking that day at the swimming hole?
I do not.
Okay.
I would like to know.
That was
Candace out of
released
control.
today of Candace's interview that stated that Hunter asked to go with her because he didn't want to stay here with his grandmother.
Oh yeah, there's a video I don't know if you guys are aware of yet, but it was
Candace's interview.
Candace's interview with WJHL, which is our news station here. She said that Hunter asked her if he could go with them because he didn't want to be here around my grandmother because she's a fucking bitch.
Around
Hunter
your
would never say
grandmother?
that.
Around your grandmother or his grandmother, your mom?
My grandmother, his great grandma.
He calls Sherry Nana. He
Okay.
calls Allison's grandmother, which is his great grandmother. He calls her grandma.
Okay.
So they're all
inland garden, and Hunter was with his girlfriend, and her mother. I do know that.
Yeah.
But
There was an altercation later that day between the girlfriend's mom and everybody.
okay, see, because there was a
Yeah.
big argument that day with the
Remember?
girlfriend's mom and everybody outside.
Yeah. Out back behind my house.
Behind her house. And she knows that Hunter is not in foster care, and she knows that he's in trouble. She knows he does smoke weed and smoke cigarettes and everything else. He done it before that day, and she allows it. So it just makes me mad that she's trying to lie and act like she's something that she's not.
But,
She act like Hunter was disturbed and this and that. That's not true. That's so not true.
He violated probation.
Yes, he's in juvenile detention for getting in trouble. So I mean, they lie about everything. So it's like you lie about small stuff. No, I mean, what else you lie about? I think
our boys go to school, went to school with him. I mean, up until he got sent off.
Tell me about him. Tell me about him, and from what you've witnessed, the fact that he plays with your kids, whatever you heard, how he is as a person, what's gone on in the streets since all this has happened.
A bully.
He does, but he does have a hard time because I mean he tries to be tough, and he's really not about that life. And I think not just him, but the whole family. I don't think they're all that. I think you know what I mean. I hate to be ugly like that, but I think they're missing a couple screws. And H has had a really hard time with all this. They've been in 25. Remember the fight with the neighbors?
Casey, I did get it. I didn't realize that was you because it didn't have the obituary. Hold on a minute. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, this is the Leslie. It says Leslie Hill of Kingsport passed away on Wednesday, October 26, 2022. Please send any flower arrangements to her daughter, Stephanie Calhoun, at 112. Wow, that's all it says? It don't say she's preceded in death by... Like, why wouldn't her family put that? It don't even say preceded in death by her daughter. All it says is please send flowers to her daughter. What an odd fucking obituary. Is it just me or does anybody else see that as odd? Leslie Hill of Kingsport passed away on Wednesday, October 26, 2022. Please send any flower arrangements / food to her daughter, Stephanie Calhoun, at 112 Lucy Road, Kingsport 37660. Hold on. One second here, guys. I'm checking out this other link. That's crazy. Verify you are human. Hold on, I gotta accept cookies. I don't want nobody's email or nothing getting out, so just bear with me. Oh no. This is them. View details. The Leslie name isn't on here. But the other names are. So is it a divorce situation? The daughter has a different last name. There's Benton. Oh no. Associates. So the one I have, let me go to mine. Let me click out of some of these. Let me refresh. 3537 Van Hill Road, Leslie, Andrea Dawn, Randy Paul Hill, and a Powell. And the Powell and all the other names do connect. It just doesn't have Leslie. And we have a Paul on Leslie's too, but it's spelled different. It's Randy Paul. The first name is Randy. So could it be this guy goes by his middle name and not his first name? But the Andrea, it still has same names. So then they connect to the other Van Hill address too, which would make the whole 3500 block theirs. I'm going to say this Leslie is related to them just by seeing what I see and how odd that was. She has sons. She says it. Like, she's at football practice with Allie, and Allie's there watching her sons or daughters or whoever's practicing because Allie's kids weren't there. Hunter was with his girlfriend. Hunter's Allie's only son. The girls were cheerleading, she said, her daughters, while Leslie's sons or grandsons were playing football. All right, Sinister. I'll look at it after my live. I'm going to quit going into my emails because I get all confused. But yeah, Casey, wouldn't it be weird? Like, whose kids were you at the football field with? Why aren't they including your children's names? And that possibly could be because of Summer's case. They didn't want to put information out there. And I'm almost positive somewhere I seen her mention the name Mason. That's just, I'm going by memory, and I could be wrong. It could be a false memory, you know? So let's go back. Where was I? Let's get rid of the neighbors. They really don't got nothing to do with this. Let's go through my clips.
Does your son still talk to Candace, or you won't let them talk? No.
Nope, no contact.
Okay, that's the 10-second one.
Hunter has become one.
Oh, that's one we just watched. Here's the 7-minute one.
Hunter has become one that, you know how some kids are, they don't feel comfortable opening up to the mother.
Right.
Or
That's the same.
You know, any kind of role fit.
I must have been making a video and saved them all to this folder. I apologize. Let's see if we can find another one.
Well, there's this one incident last summer before Donnie went to Utah. We were at the Shell station in Dunkin' Donuts, and we're getting stuff for the kids for the day because we were going to go to the Warriors. And we were going to let the kids go swimming and play in the playground, have a picnic. And Candace started talking to some strange dude who was a tool. And we thought she was going to leave him there. And she drives around, picks the guy up, and invites him to go to Warriors with us. I'm like, oh my God, this woman's nuts. And then she brings him up to her house. And then when her husband came home from work, he's like, oh, who's this? She goes, oh, this is Sherry's boyfriend. Like, are you kidding me? Right? I'm like, why not tell your husband? Like, why not tell your husband, like, oh, I just picked this dude up on the side of the road?
Was that common?
No, that was the first time she'd done that in front of me.
That's okay. That's I don't.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to, I don't even know what to say to that. I was like, I don't even know what to say. And that was your mom's boyfriend now, apparently.
Yes. That's what Prayer Garden said. Anyways, I don't know if it's true, but that's what PG said. All right, so let's see. What else? Let's move on a little bit. Do you guys want to, let's listen to a little bit of what Brian, well, no, here, let's go back to Chris McDonough for a few minutes.
Okay. So it's a pull between dad or the child.
See, and a little
Is
dark,
that right? Is that what you're saying?
and a little dark secret that no one knows. Candace's mom told me this one. When they found out that they were pregnant with Summer, Candace's mom was supposed to adopt Summer
Because she was a girl.
because she was a girl.
Oh,
They wanted
interesting.
boys. She wanted boys. But Donnie,
Wanted a girl.
yeah.
And he got his girl. So let's.
Honestly, I don't feel that Donnie has anything to do with it. I may be wrong.
Was he at work that day? Do you know?
We don't know for sure.
Okay. Does anybody know for sure? Who would I talk to that would know that?
Probably the TBI.
Yeah, I don't want to go to TBI right now. They're doing their own thing, and I don't want to get involved in that piece of it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't want to jeopardize any type of information they may have, or
And I mean,
that kind of stuff.
You're a true piece of shit, Chris McDonough. What do you think you're doing as you're sitting there talking to the witnesses in Summer Wells' case, like Hunter and Leslie and Allie? And what if you hindered the case because you did this interview with Leslie and made her look squeaky clean? And that is her name on there. You want proof of hindrance? This right here. You don't want to go to TBI. Dude, maybe that's the first thing you should have done.
when she would have Summer, even here, and if I was here, I would keep my distance because I didn't like the way she done her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, call DCS, call DCS. DCS has been called so many times on this woman, it's not even funny. So what the Facebook people don't realize, there has been people try to step in.
No.
She avoids them.
Sure.
Like
sure.
the plague.
Okay. Okay.
She would see them pull in her driveway. She would lock the door and not let them in.
So they're
I mean, what are
And they would make appointments with them
right. I get it.
to come back and do the house check and, the pee test, and they would warn them.
So I have a question for you. That day, walk me through what you remember.
I remember her showing up that morning
And what time was that?
about 10, between 10 and 10:30.
All right.
She asked if Hunter could go fishing with her in Summer because her mother was in the emergency room because of her knee.
Okay.
Because I guess a couple weeks back, I took her a trip to Gatlinburg and the boys were kicking the grandmother in the knee.
Oh my.
She didn't have the boys with them that day.
She didn't have any of the boys.
So it was just Summer and Candace
And
Grandma.
Yep.
Was Grandma in the truck as well, or in the vehicle?
Not when they first picked Hunter up, no.
Okay. So she comes
She was at
over.
the hospital.
Okay. So she comes over. What vehicle is she driving?
She was driving her mom's Silverado.
Okay, that's what I remember you saying. That's why I said truck. Okay, so she pulls up, and does she stop where? Right out front.
Between the pole and my mailbox
Okay.
to pick Hunter up.
All right.
Came in, she goes, "Can Hunter go fishing with me for a little while?" I said, "Sure."
Did she text you before?
No, she just
showed up.
Yep.
How did that strike you?
She was always trying to show up and talk to me. She was the first.
Hunter said she texted first and that Hunter went and asked Grandma. Candace said it too. Hunter went and asked Grandma, or went and asked Allie if Candace could come over, and she said quickly because Grandma's going to be here, and Grandma and Candace didn't get along. Grandma. So Allison changed Hunter's story. Let me write that down. Look, I still got content I was supposed to pull out yesterday. I didn't. Hold on. Could be why they wanted Hunter's phone. They all changed their stories.
When me and her stopped talking, she was stopping by my mom's, talking to the kids, talking to my mom, unexpectedly, And I didn't think anything of it at that time. I'm like, okay, yeah, Hunter can go fishing. He loves Summer to death. That's like his little sister.
They're buds.
Yep. She's like a daughter to me. And I didn't hear from him for a while. She dropped Hunter off between 2 and 2:30, right where your truck is.
Okay.
But her front end was facing the telephone pole.
So she's going this direction.
Yes.
Okay.
When she dropped Hunter off, it was her mom, Hunter, and Summer. And Summer was leaning against 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
I said, oh, look at her. I asked her how Summer was, and she was sleeping.
What side of the back seat was she at? Do you remember?
Hunter was on the driver's side, and Summer was right there in the middle.
Okay, so it made sense if she's pulling this way that Hunter's going to get out on this side. Okay, it makes sense. Okay. And so she's on the other side or in the middle?
She's in the middle.
Okay.
Against the milk, gallons of milk.
Yep, against the 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
And I said, oh, look at her. I said, isn't she hot? I said, I wish I could wake her up and, give her a hug. No, you can't.
And the
windows were up.
What did Hunter say? Because he was sitting next to her.
Hunter said she was alive.
Okay.
That they were watching TikTok videos.
Oh, interesting.
When they went into the store.
Yep. Because Hunter has a timeline of where they went and what they did. And they had stopped at the store before they dropped Hunter off. That's where the 2 gallons of milk came from.
Okay.
And the groceries.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to interrupt your timeline of that day, but I want to suggest they need to go to the Walmart on Fort Henry.
Okay.
And have them look back at the cameras because.
Oh, it's West Palm Drive. She can't go to Fort Henry.
Because she got escorted out for the way she was yelling at those kids. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
That day?
No. Prior to that,
okay,
she had gotten arrested, cited on Walmart on Fort Henry Drive property.
Okay.
Her and my mom went to Walmart, and they had the kids with them. And she wanted them to help her fix a cell phone that she had bought from there. They told her they couldn't do it. Well, I guess she got really mad and upset, and she said...
She went down the toilet.
Well, first, before she went down the toilet, she said something about blowing this place up.
Oh. Yeah.
So they got security.
Tactical error, right?
So they got security. Security called 911.
Sure.
They let her go their own way in the store. They found them in the toy aisle, brought them up front to the security room, and she was arrested, but she wasn't put in handcuffs or taken down to central office for booking.
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID. She was released on a ticket.
Got it. OR.
And she's
Own
banned.
reconnaissance.
I guess she's banned from that Walmart.
Okay. So let's go back to the trucks here. Summer's on the other side with the milk. Hunter gets out. You ask Hunter, or you talk to Candace about wanting to talk to Summer.
Yep.
What happens?
She said no. I wasn't allowed to wake her up.
Okay. So she's sleeping?
To me, she appeared sleeping.
Okay. Did it look like to you she was sleeping?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But now that I look back on it, I really don't know.
Okay. Fair enough.
And it just kills me. Because, now that I look back on it, it's like, was she really alive? Was she sleeping?
What's your gut as a mom? I mean, with Hunter coming in and saying, Mom, we were watching TikTok videos. I mean, for her to hurt her between the TikTok video stop and home here with Hunter in the car, that would have been kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, I believe she was alive here.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where would you put her being alive?
10
And where would Hunter put her?
out of 10.
Okay.
Because he sat here and he said where exactly what they were doing. She was giggling, watching TikToks and everything. And he said she fell asleep because she was tired. And that was right before they pulled up. So.
And then what happened?
They left her around 2:30.
How long were they here?
About 5-10 minutes.
Did she get out of the truck?
Nope.
Stayed in the truck?
They had to go right away. They wouldn't.
They were parked out there for about 5 minutes because I was talking to them.
I know, but when you started to ask them,
Yeah, I said, well, you want to come up on the porch and,
Hang out.
yeah, like.
And thank you for the invitation, by the way, to come up on your porch. It's very kind.
Because I wanted to hear how the fishing trip went and everything. That's when I found out that they went swimming instead of fishing.
Okay. She told you they went swimming.
Yep.
And where'd she tell you they went?
At the Warriors Path at the stables.
Okay. At the stables?
Yep.
Yeah, because so we went down there, and it looks like it goes right to the water. Miss Leslie, you want to say something? Okay. It goes right to the water, and then there's that path that goes around. Do you know what part of that area they went to? Maybe Hunter can help me. And what I would like to ask, I don't want to get him on camera. Okay, are you all good with that? Okay, but what I would like is maybe turn the chair so he's facing that way, so I can sit on the other side of him, because I think he's got a lot of really important information, and it will do two things. And we're going to cut all this, by the way, so don't do two things. Number one, if he talks about it, okay, it's going to help him, number one. Number two, okay, people are throwing him under the bus like left and right, okay? And I'm hoping to alleviate some of that pressure, okay? Now, Miss Candace can be mad at you all day long, and so can Dawn. Right, exactly. But a 15-year-old boy does not need to be, thrown under the bus with social media and all the other things going on. So I think if we kind of eliminate some of that conversation to really what happened.
As he's throwing the 15-year-old boy under the bus. You can't make this shit up.
Then all the speculation goes away, and Hunter is able to say, okay, I'm good over here. Has he talked? I'm assuming he's talked to TBI, right?
Yes.
Okay. Extensively, right.
Yep.
Do they have any questions about him?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have any doubt about that? Okay. Okay, so that said, then if it's okay, not now, after we're done talking, I'll sit over. Karen, you sit behind right where you're at. We'll put Hunter over here next to Miss Leslie, move her over here. We want everybody here, so there's no secrets, right? Because I don't operate that way, okay? And plus, she's going to feel more comfortable with especially this young lady here, because, boy, did I listen to you protect that young man, and good for you, Now,
God rest Leslie. And I've lost weight recently due to Ozempic and just trying to eat healthier, I guess. However, you're being recorded. You can see where the camera is. To me, Allison has no self-respect. Put something decent on for this. Like when I have company coming over, I get dressed. I put my makeup on. I put clothes on. You're being interviewed with somebody you never seen, and you're literally letting your stomach hang out of your shirt. And I'm not saying that to be rude. It's just who doesn't see that? And I'm not making fun of her for being big, because you guys have seen I'm not the skinniest. You guys got me at my worst while Benny was fucking tormenting me and others coming to my home. That's just too much knowing you know they're coming. Put some decent clothes on.
No, that one in there,
Yeah.
her kids
Yeah.
are just like my kids.
Okay. And I'm going to put something on the table, okay, that I understand, we understand probably more than the next person. We lost a son who was 20 years old in 2003, okay, in an accident, okay.
My sister has 4 children.
Yes, ma'am.
Her oldest child was murdered in my driveway.
Okay.
And he was just like my son.
Where was this?
At my house.
No. Where? What city?
Kingsport.
Okay. Did they catch the guy? Okay. The only reason I asked you, I was going to say maybe we can help. But it sounds like you got him.
Oh, yeah, he was got 45 minutes after he killed him. Because I chased him down.
See, your heart is pure, Miss Leslie.
More interesting things we missed. Somebody was unalived right in Miss Leslie's house, her sister's husband. Let's go back. How did we miss that?
We'll put Hunter over here next to Miss Leslie. Did they catch the guy? Okay. You protect that young man, and good for you. You know, now.
Oh, no, that one in there,
Yeah.
her kids are just like my kids.
Okay. And I'm going to put something on the table, okay, that I understand, we understand probably more than the next person. We lost a son who was 20 years old in 2003, okay, in an accident, okay.
My sister has 4 children.
Yes, ma'am.
Her oldest child was murdered in my driveway.
Okay.
And he was just like my son.
Where was this?
At my house.
No. Where? What city?
Kingsport.
Okay. Did they catch the guy? Okay. The only reason I asked you, I was going to say maybe we can help. But it sounds like you got him.
Oh, yeah, he was got 45 minutes after he killed him. Because I chased him down.
See, your heart is pure, Miss Leslie.
And my daughter called me. She said, Mom, you have to get back here. You have to get back here. And when I pulled back up my driveway, the Bikers Association Against Sex Trafficked and Abused Children.
See her in the back seat. Hunter gets out. He tells you what?
He really didn't say
He
nothing.
didn't really say nothing.
They went in the house.
Okay. Then what happened?
I asked him how fishing went. He goes, we went swimming. Oh, okay. I asked him how his day was. He goes, fine. He didn't tell me anything about what happened.
Nothing.
Nothing. And then his girlfriend's mom came and picked him up about 3 o'clock. And he went with them for a while. Me and Leslie went to the ball fields. I left my phone in her car, in her van, because my phone was dead. So we only had hers. We were on the ball field, and we're actually on the opposite side of the ball field. We're watching her grandson practice.
Yeah, because did you catch it? They were talking about the motorcycle. Chris cut it. He cut shit out of there. They told him about the motorcycle crew. Chris probably turned that in. Chris cut this because this is on his YouTube. I'm going to have to go back. He didn't mention it on here, but Molly put it out, or JLR did. We just listened to it not too long ago. Let me go see something. I had Ryan up, but everybody knows what Ryan said. Ryan's foolish. He'll put anything out there and not put it out as speculation. He's You got like fucking Papa Smurf and fucking Smurfette. No, Smurfette is, we know. Never mind. Let me go to Jonathan Lee. Or, wait a minute. Molly go lately. Allie. Oh, here, let's put this on. Let's go off track a little.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me right now.
Let's change the subject a little bit. Let's go listen to Cam. I'm going to close all this out because I've been on an hour and 22 minutes and went way too far than what I wanted to go with what I was showing. I actually wanted to talk about Act Right a little bit, but she's in here and the things that are going on with her and Sinister came in. But I thought the search was important. And when I seen Leslie Hill's name on there, it blew my mind a little bit. Like, oh, Leslie Ann Hill. That's interesting. I don't understand her obituary. Thank you, Casey K, for helping me find that, for sending me that link. I don't know that it was really helpful, though, because it didn't seem like a full obituary, you know? Hey, Lorianne, I didn't see you come in. Marianne, I didn't say hi to nobody. September, we're saying hi a half hour before I say bye. Sonia, nobody you know. Lisa, Sinister. Just let me make sure I acknowledge. Act Right. Yeah, Act. I wanted to talk to you. What the hell is going on? I don't understand what happened. What's going on with you, Munch? Was Lips involved? I'm really confused. I have a hard time catching up when I'm trying to make videos and pay attention to other things. And before I knew it, your name was involved in all this dark web stuff. And I'm sorry, man. What the hell is going on? Is Unmasked still going? No, their channel has been taken away. Vanessa and Teresa brought the channel together. I don't remember what the fight was about. Maybe Casey does, but there was a big fight between the two, and Unmasked came down and they took all of their materials away, and they had some really good interviews. I do have the David Dotson interview and the one I just showed bits and pieces of, but that's only because Doug had it and showed it. Lips is always involved. Uh-oh. What happened here? My computer just did something. Are you guys still on? Let me see what's going on because my computer just, it's trying to restart. Restart tonight. It's trying to update. What a shitty time for that. Criminality. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Casey. Damn, you're on it tonight, girl. Yeah, Lips is fucking gross as fuck. But Sinister, what's going on? I'm so fucking lost. Like, how are you involved in it? Oh. Forgive me. I don't know what's going on. My computer tried to restart for an update and it kicked me off. Yes, Lips is gross. Criminality. I don't know what you guys heard. Criminality is Teresa's channel. Vanessa has Unmasked. Okay, I knew the channel was still there. I was confused. You sent me a message on TikTok. Yeah, I'm so confused what's going on with you and Munch. Does it have anything to do with Act Right? Like, there's just everybody's being thrown into it, and I didn't even realize you talked to them. Sinister. I'm so confused. She does look like she lived a rough life, huh, Chris? Ah, Casey's on it tonight. All right, so let's go. Remember when MGL, since I didn't really have content planned and I come across this, let's watch this.
So everybody can see us, correct? 33 people here in the chat. We are now, just now leaving Beach Creek area, headed home. And I'd like to explain a few things of what happened. We were out doing some recon today, and on some big stuff that we had going on, we happened to pull in at the bottom of the driveway at the Wells home, and right behind us came MGL and JLR and what's her name? Bullhorn Betty, all those people. So it's not fair that we're being portrayed the way we are, because we didn't have anything to do with we didn't have anything to do with whatever happened as far as defending the property or whatnot. I was up there talking to the family, trying to figure out some property line areas and everything like that. Tell me, let me know, everybody, that you can hear me real well. If you can hit a 1 in the chat, I'd appreciate that. Let me pull here in this gas station out of the sun, and I will talk to y'all just a little bit. Boy, squeaky old brakes. Okay. So I'm going to let Allie talk to y'all for just a minute. I have to run in here in the gas station, and then we'll get right back to it. 239 people in here right now. Let me hand her my phone so that she can explain to you everything.
Bear spray.
We have, oh no. No.
This, I think, was after Benny came down the hill with bear spray. Cam was up there acting like he was a cop. He was in there trying to, like, I have that video somewhere. I'm going to have to find it. Cam was up there saying he works with the PIs, and he's in, like, almost like he was in charge of a search for Summer and all this other shit. He came in while Molly and them were in the road, and then Benny had come down the hill because I think maybe he thought Molly and them were harassing Cam. I don't fucking know. Cam's a fucking mess, dude. I hope the best for him and Allie, but every time he comes live right after he gets arrested, there's something funky with that. He ain't got his kids. It tells you he ain't clean.
So we don't want to end the broadcast. So,
Okay.
give me a second before you talk about everything.
So that.
Allie, something I'd like to say to you, honey. Look how beautiful you were. Look how healthy you looked at the start of Summer's case. Get your babies, girl. Get your shit together. Get your life together. Get your looks back together. Get your nursing back together. Take a break. You look tired. People out here actually do care for you guys. I don't think Cam's a good man. I think Cam was a little too close to Chase for my comfort. You're a mom. Put your kids first. Get your shit together.
Basically, we got out there today and everybody's cars was parked at the bottom of the hill, so we couldn't drive up the driveway. As soon as we pulled in, two vehicles drove by us and then turned around and came back. And we noticed whenever they drove by us that they all had their phones up in the windows and were filming. So we realized exactly who they were just by that. So we got out of the car and they came back by, and one of them got out and said, "Oh, we're looking for Summer Wells." And basically started saying, "Well, what are you all doing here?" And we were like, "Well," we explained to them that we work with the private investigators and that we are a part of ground searches here.
They work with private investigators, part of the ground searches.
And before we knew it, they were all out of the car and they were all just standing around. It was kind of crazy.
Truth, it really wasn't. They shouldn't have been there. None of y'all should. It's a police investigation. However, they were dropping dog food off and feeding the dogs and just looking around. You pulled up, got out of the car, kept your car in the middle of the street. I got it all on video. They filmed it too.
Yeah, starting trouble. So, yeah. So we were sitting there talking to them, and then Benny came down the hill. He was upset. We were upset that they were there. They were not on the property at the point whenever we pulled in. All the vehicles were kind of blocking the property at that point. But I will say that Molly Golightly did technically step on the property because she walked over to Benny's car and was looking inside of Benny's car. But the cops ended up getting called. I went up the hill and told Candace that they were down there, and she immediately called the cops. We will talk about that whenever Cam gets back out here. But this is just crazy, guys. This is crazy. I know that they say that they're down here.
Like, I'm not trying to stick up for MGL and them. I think all of them being there was wrong. But we never seen her walk up to the car before y'all pulled out. It was all filmed. So did y'all call Benny and tell Benny that Molly was at the bottom of the hill and that's when Benny come down with the bear spray? You and Cam pulled up, parked like you were parking in the middle of the fucking street, got out your car, presented yourself as working with the PIs. Really? We might have to go over this again tonight. This is a shock. Okay.
Here, and they are trying to get Summer's name out there. That's great. We need people to get Summer's name out there. But when you are coming on people's property, what does that do to find Summer? What does that do?
It's the last property Summer went missing from. However, they weren't on the property. They were in the street trying to dump dog food. Or that might have even been a different day. They came back several days. But they weren't on the property. property. They were in the middle of Ben Hill Road. Why are you out here lying? Still wrong, any of you were there.
I would really like to know.
Oh God, do you guys remember? Molly didn't even want to go to that. Molly really didn't give two craps about Summer at the beginning of Summer's case. Betty called Molly and asked Molly to join the case. And Molly was like, I really don't want to go. And her and Betty had a big fight. And then Molly decided to go to Tennessee. Does anybody remember that? I might have to go over all this. Y'all see that Molly's fighting with that lady over there? I don't even know what that's about, but it's funny. She gets her... I like Molly. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. I find her entertaining. Last time I was in her chat, though, she blocked me. She obviously don't like me, but it is what it is.
But yeah, Benny spoke to him in a very, very long time, up until now. But he was very upset whenever he came down there. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I'm gonna try to read the chat here, guys. I've got my phone up with the chat, and then Cam's got his phone with that we're live streaming from. No, it's not okay. No, it's not okay for any man to threaten any woman. I'm not gonna say that I stand behind that, but it's also not okay to trespass on people's property. So
here's what I'm going to say about Molly. Molly's not true crime. Molly did... I have an alarm clock going off. I might have to leave her in a second and go find it and shut it off. But Molly's more entertainment. Like, she dated one of the Backstreet Boys or the Nick, right? Which one was it? I wasn't a Backstreet Boy fan. She presents herself as an entertainer, and you see, I'm from Pennsylvania. We've seen Molly all over the fucking place prior to Summer's case. Here, she's done reality television shows. Molly was never out here to use a child, in my opinion, to gain money. However, I feel like maybe Betty and JLR use Molly by her name to gain money, if that makes sense. Molly's like TMZ, you know what I mean? Which is why I like her. I don't think she ever meant to get involved in Summer's case, and I truly do remember her fighting with Betty because she didn't want to come to Rogersville and join the case. Does anybody else? I mean, September said she remembers that. Anybody else remember that? I don't like JLR. I'm on the line about Betty. I don't like what Betty did to Quentin's case. I don't like what Molly did to Quentin's case. I don't know why Molly at that time was involving herself, but Molly has stepped far away from true crime since getting kicked off of and coming back to YouTube. Now she's just mainly doing entertainment and her trauma drama. She got something going on with this Michelle girl. I want to dig into it. I wanted to cover it. I was thinking about it. Yes, that's a cool description, like TMZ. Good. Yeah. You know, I really do feel like JLR and Betty use Molly. That's just my opinion on it. And I think JLR already had a pretty good name for himself, too. I mean, the man that sues everybody on the earth because he goes to prison and he's a big boohoo baby and sulks. I look at them people as entertainment. I don't take them seriously like some have. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to decipher what's entertainment and what's real and what's getting Summer's name out here. And you have to be able to pick and choose what it is you want to watch. But when you get somebody like Benny, and I'm not attacking Benny that goes to the Hill, I'm actually sticking up for him, thinking Cam and Allie might have started whatever the fuck happened with their bullshit lies while I'm listening to this, because you can hear it's lies. The Michelle chick, she's out there for sure. That's putting that lightly. Yeah, she's like a stalker to Molly or something, right? Give me the backstory, September. I'd love to know. I might cover it because it's wild. All right.
Not saying that one is any worse than the other, because it's not. I mean, they're both bad. It's a bad thing, but like we said, the cops were called. They came out and they actually had a very quick response time today. We were quite impressed with that. It's just crazy. They were in the street this time. Like I said, she did come over onto the property because she was in the driveway, and that she went straight to Benny's car and was looking into Benny's car. So they were filming everything. We had literally just pulled in. We were not expecting them to be right behind us, but they were. So sorry, guys. Just reading what you guys are saying. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. Well, first of all, no women were hit, first of all. And I'm not saying that it's just as bad. I'm just saying that two wrongs don't make a right, for sure.
What did I miss?
But I was just telling them about how they they ended up coming and.
Who ended up coming? Them?
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as we pulled in, yeah.
As soon as we pulled in.
So I'll tell you this too. Let me put this back in my thing here. Okay. So I'll tell you this much too. Law enforcement did not accompany them on anything.
No, they actually confirmed to us that they did not.
I have
accompany them.
footage of it. I have footage of the law enforcement saying, no, we didn't give them permission to do anything. She trespassed on property again today by filming inside of people's cars. I'm sorry, if you're going to do things, you come out there, by all means, protest, do what you do, but do it by legal standards. And people are...
Okay, somebody said, can we please just let them search and stop trying to stop them? Let's all search for Summer. They're not searching for Summer when they're trespassing on private property. That's not what they were doing. They were there. They had multiple cameras out filming the property and trying to come. I mean,
searching's a different thing.
Yeah, searching is a totally different thing. If they want to come down here and search, that's great. Let them come down here and search. They don't need to be going on private property though.
And I don't
without permission.
I don't care who comes down here and does what. Do it the right way. Don't come down here and film everybody's vehicles. Where does that get you? You want one?
That's not what they were doing.
Yeah.
Here, I want another bite of it. They're my favorite. So I'm gonna try to hit. Hold on a second.
He's a little troublemaker. He's a troublemaker.
Yeah. So filming other people's and everybody's saying, No, you were there.
Doesn't it seem like the PIs came with Cam and Allie and Chase and Twister? And Twister was in my chat the other day. Why didn't you say nothing, Twister? Because I've been calling you out. Where are you? I'm so confused. Why is the PI searching with you throwing skulls everywhere? What's going on with you, Anita? Like, why did y'all just stop? Why are you over there with Nana for Life with 6 Up? What in the fucking world is going on? Michelle walks this shit. That's my opinion. She started this case not saying much on YouTube, but had a Facebook group that was nothing but trauma and drama. The whole fucking thing. That's where Music Scene Mom and all them motherfuckers came from. Coming into my Facebook, fucking with my Facebook. All the alts, Lori alt this, alt that. Let me alt your KKK alt ass. There's so many people from Rogersville that came out here playing fucking games. That's all I'm going to say. Gorley's. The school teacher that lives down there, she follows every single human that follows Summer's case. Conkin. Them people down in Rogersville play games with the YouTubers just as much as the YouTubers play games with them. That's why we can't know everything's so confusing. They like the fucking games down there. For some reason, in my opinion. Like, let's think about this. Let's go back to the beginning of my live. Let's say it's someone like Leslie Hill or Fred Hill, right? Let's just say it is. Why are all these motherfuckers out here collecting money and doing billboards and reward funds and causing havoc and pulling in the international? I'll tell you why. Not because they had anything to do with Summer, but because Molly was right. Summer's a cash cow. For her local area and for everywhere else that wants to make money off of her. And it's quite fucking disturbing. And what Summer's case has done has pulled out other crimes in the area that wasn't supposed to be spoken about, in my opinion. Maybe crimes that have no connection to Summer because Summer was a complete accident. However, everybody's been hunted and researched, and most of the names have come from Ziggy and Fred and me. I'm responsible. Tiffany, Benny, True Crime Commentary, Scott, Penny, and Saranac, Light. Right? I've had 5 lawsuits placed on me, all of them frivolous, nothing that would have got me a lawsuit. However, there is shit out here that I could possibly get lawsuits for that would probably stick. I'll be the first to admit that. I've tried to take most of it down and learn from my mistakes. I was very uneducated when I came to YouTube. I didn't mean to join the trauma community, but I'm such a bold, sarcastic, fat-lipped motherfucker that I don't know how to hold my tongue. And when I see something wrong and shady, I'm going to fucking call it out. And some people just don't seem to like that. I say tough titty. Aw, thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Well, I can tell you that Nita here in True Crime isn't the same one you think she is. Oh, no, Nita's the same one I think she is, and I don't dislike Nita. However, I want to know why she's fuck shit lying. I literally heard that Nita say her son's name. We're not even going to go there tonight. I literally heard her say it, and it's a human I know in real life. And she knows it. And I'm not talking about her son that passed away. I'm talking about a son she abandoned. That I know fact because I used to date him. See, Nita has family up here in Pennsylvania. I'm going to pinpoint it to a place called Lincoln Borough. Little Boston, Elizabeth. One of those three areas. Her son's name is Robert Thrasher. I've said it a million fucking times and I'm going to say it again. What I want to know is why Nita's lying about it. That's a connection up here to the We Can Bring You Hope, which is the fuck shit money. So is that a separate crime from Summer going missing? Is that the cash cow? Or are they responsible for Summer going missing? Because they played games, they put themselves in and make themselves suspects when you collect money on here and play that fuck shit. Do you think somebody who abandoned a kid when they were very young would tell you that they abandoned their kids? September? Do you think somebody who doesn't want somebody to know? She said it. She was standing in her kitchen and she was talking about Summer's case and she was saying her son, Robert Thrasher, Bob Thrasher, did something for her for Summer's case or something. And that she didn't have contact with him. And then she took the live down. So I can't prove it, but I'm telling you I know the name. And if that's true, she has some explaining to do. But do you think somebody who gives their kid up for adoption is going to come out here and tell you they gave their kid up for adoption? From the same area in North Carolina, September? From Ashboro with the same name. Anita Carswell. You know she took money from Twister and from Chase, and you know she collected money and she brought decorations, and there was a big fight with her and Ginger Snap and all the involvement with the P.O. boxes and all that other shit. Did you know that? Nobody's going to come out here and say, hey, I gave my kid up or didn't raise my kid. I'm not talking about her twins. Why doesn't she come over and grab a link?
There, you were working with Benny. If you see the footage, we were there at first. I yelled at the top of the property.
Well, Benny was on the property first.
Benny was up there on the
Yeah,
property
we had just gotten there. We were asked to come today. And by the way, our kids were in school. Just saying.
Yeah, people keep
We're
saying,
not-
boy, you spend more time.
No, people are just saying that we are
By the way, she's from the same area Chase's one wife is from too. Chase and his many women. King, right?
sacrificing time with their kids. No, we come down here when our children are in school. Thank you.
Yeah, and we have people that
And that's one thing that I will not tolerate. You're not going to say that I'm.
yeah, you're not gonna
sacrificing time
say
with
that
my kids
we don't do. We spend. I want to tell you how many times we've been down here in 6 months.
Well,
Six
on the
times
property.
in 6 months on the
7 now.
property. 7 times.
Counting today.
When we're places that do not relate to the property, sometimes our kids come with us, like for the billboard, for all the other stuff. What was the comment made that time was being wasted on billboards and stuff like that? Took away time from Summer and the things that matter. We were reconning places for the drone and everything we have planned to take place. That's what you're supposed to do.
Listen, I've reached out to my teenage ex, Thrasher, from back when, and I've reached out to his wife, and neither of them have answered me back. You are all willing. I implore you to do the same and go find out if it's true. I ain't got shit to hide in my life, and I can tell you all the spots that we can bring you hope people connect. All of them. Because they're my people. From areas I grew up in. Yes, that's where the same Nita I'm talking about is from. September, it's the same Nita. I heard the Nita we're talking about from her own channel, on her own video, from her own fucking mouth, say this was her child. I know September's telling me the truth, and I'm telling September it's the same Nita I'm talking about, and Nita's on here lying to September. I understand there's two with that name, but from the same place, with the same address, with the same YouTube channel, with the same face that said the same thing. She isn't from anywhere else. She has family from up here. Didn't nobody say she was from up here? I said she had a son that moved up here. Does that make sense? A son she abandoned. In my opinion. Based on words from her own mouth. But apparently he did something for her in the Summer Wells case, and I want to know what that something was, because she took it down. I fucking heard it.
Yeah, and we're not going to give people, they're trolls. People want to come over here and try to find a reason to
begging for it for what?
Say that we've done this and we've done that. All I can say is prove it. We take very good care of our children. Sorry, I'm not trying to eat.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Talk to them. They can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. It just aggravates me. But law enforcement definitely said 100% that they were not with them yesterday, like they stated.
Did not accompany them.
They did not accompany them. They did not give them permission to go on private property. Now, yes, if they want to drive on the road, that's fine. If they want to, that's fine. But you cannot trespass on private property.
When we get home and when we do another live tonight, when we have our computer available, I'm going to show you the footage that we filmed with the police officers and everything they said. Because if we're going to do anything, we're going to come correct 100%.
And that's fine, September. I'm not begging people to believe me. I'm just telling you what I heard out of her mouth, and it was prior to her other son passing away, which I'm very, very, very sorry about. Extremely sorry about. But that's not the child I'm speaking about, and she knows it. She knows it well. And when she came out saying, oh, you're attacking my dead child, that's not true, Nita. It's a whole nother human that came out of your body.
Everything. And that's the way it's got to be. Tell me some of the questions in chat. Babe.
Hold on, I'm trying to care.
Tell Nita I want to know why she begs for money all the time, Lisa. Why she used to. Tell Nita I want to know why she took in social security numbers and people's private information for her Sunshine Fund. Tell Nita why I want to know why she's collected so much money with cash apps and all that other shit. I don't care what the fuck Nita has asked me to do. Tell Nita I said kiss my ass. I used to support Nita. I shared her channel all the time. And then I see Nita play a lot of fucking games with a lot of fucking people in this case. Go back and watch all of her content. Tell her to put everything back up. Because for a long time, she had it all down after I accused her of playing fuck shit games.
Guys, however Benny handles things the way he handles them, you know, I'm man enough when you see the interview, or not the interview, but the footage of me speaking to Molly Golightly, you'll see I handled it with 100% respect and dignity. I never said a cross word to her. She said, "You're the one that," what was her words?
Well, first she didn't know who we were first, and then whenever you told her that we had a channel, she said, "Oh, I heard you weren't very happy with me last night." No, we weren't. And I mean, and we even told her. Kim said, "I'm sorry if you had permission to do what you did last night, then I'm sorry."
Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. If I said if law enforcement allowed you to do what you said you did, then we're very sorry. I was wrong. I was in the wrong. Now Benny handles things the way Benny handles.
And that's fine, September. I'm not telling people not to support her or say that she didn't say it or this, that, and the other. I know what I heard her say. It was a short live. It wasn't a very long live, and it was probably about a year before I brought it up. I had to think about it. Was I going to mention it or not? And then I decided to get brave enough and mention it. By the time I can mention it, I didn't save the live. I probably should have. But it was already taken down. I couldn't find it again. And I've searched. And I've had other people search. However, I'm not going to tell you, oh, I didn't hear something I heard. Nita doesn't have a very big audience and didn't back then. I know what the fuck I heard.
We cannot control what he does.
We cannot control what Benny does, but I can tell you right now that I'm in this for Summer, and I don't want to have beef with anybody. Nobody. We shook hands. Me and Benny shook hands. We made amends. Does that mean that we both agree, that I agree with everything he does and he agrees with everything I do? Absolutely not. But it's not worth this petty fighting over.
Well, Cam's saying it's not worth this petty fighting. So him and Benny were fighting. I'm bleeding. I just scratched something. I'll be right back. I'm going to let you guys listen to this. I got to go wipe blood off my arm. Yuck.
Over YouTube. It's not worth it. There's a lot of stuff going on that you guys don't even know about. And Candace does need prayer right now. In the worst way, she does. I'm not going to keep this live going forever because I don't know what to talk about except for, oh yeah, people made comments last night about she should be worried more about her child than she is her tooth. Just because she has a toothache doesn't mean she's not worried about her child. They have people up there today that were there in support, trying to help her get things done with the home, get things done as far as everything that's needed for the boys and for Summer.
Police might have welcomed them to the police station, yes, and they might have talked to them at the police station, but that doesn't mean that they were allowed to go on private property.
Exactly. You know, what else is there to say?
I'm like way up in the chat. Sorry.
Sorry, but I mean, just keep me updated and I'll answer them.
Yeah. Well.
I'm back. Nothing. I just had a scab or something and I picked it and now I'm bleeding. Just annoying. I was sitting here. Oh, I'm good though. Seemed more like an arrangement than an obituary. I know you basically have any and all things on everyone and anything. No, that's not what I'm saying, September. I'm just saying you guys can believe me or not believe me, but here's what I'm going to say. I don't know exactly what it is she had this guy Thrasher do that she said was her son. But I know a man with the same name. And that's what I heard her say. And I'm not saying you're lying to me that you never heard it. I'm just telling you I've heard it. Have you watched every single one of her lives from day one? I'm more interested in a theory that was said a year ago by a local and was almost the same length away from Summer's home, the direction they searched. What theory is that, Shay? The older you get, the easier you bruise and bleed. Me too. It's crazy. And like the smallest cuts too, you bleed forever. Look at this. It's tiny. Right there. It's just a tiny little cut. Yeah, the Bob Thrasher. I came out here and just asked. That's what it was I asked Nita. I said, I want to talk to you about your son. And I asked her for a year and she wouldn't answer me. I even sent her, not a year, but for a while. And then I even asked her on Facebook Messenger and she didn't answer me. I brought it to YouTube. Like, why wouldn't you answer me? And I didn't know that she had lost a child. And I do feel honestly bad about that. But that's not the child I was ever even speaking about. And I'm not going to be accused of attacking somebody's dead child either, because that's not even, it ain't even the same name as that child. How do you mix two whole different humans up? It's brunch time here in the UK. Guys, I'm 10 minutes over and I'm comfortable. My husband's sleeping. We could finish watching this. I don't know how long I'll stay. Usually by 2 hours, my ADHD's kicked in and I want to hear music and get the hell off. Give me a minute. Let's put Cam back on. He was saying, I'm going to go back a little bit. He was saying him and Benny got into a fight.
Nobody.
I think.
We shook hands. Me and Benny shook hands. We made amends. Does that mean that we both agree, that I agree with everything he does and he agrees with everything I do? Absolutely not. But it's not worth this petty fighting over YouTube. It's not worth it. There's a lot of stuff going on that you guys don't even know about. And Candace does need prayer right now. In the worst way, she does. I'm not going to keep this live going forever because I don't know what to talk about except for, oh yeah, people made comments last night about she should be worried more about her child than she is her tooth. Just because she has a toothache doesn't mean she's not worried about her child. They have people up there today that were there in support, trying to help her get things done with the home, get things done as far as everything that's needed for the boys and for Summer.
Police might have welcomed them to the police station, yes, and they might have talked to them at the police station, but that doesn't mean that they were allowed to go on private property.
Exactly.
So,
you know, what else is there to say?
I'm I'm like way up in the chat. Sorry.
Sorry, I mean, just keep me updated and I'll answer them.
Yeah, law enforcement cannot give somebody consent to be on private property.
And we learned that. I cannot wait. You guys stay tuned. There's 800 people in this chat right now. And I'm going to tell you this right now. When I show you the footage of law enforcement talking to Candace and everybody up there, you'll see what the laws are. And they were out to, they were going to search for them as soon as they left the property to go search for MGL and all them. They had no right. And the things that they asked me, well, what about the cemetery? What about this? I said, do you not think that not only did law enforcement search that cemetery, but multiple private organizations? EquiSearch came in here and focused on one of these cemeteries that are in question. I'm not even going to give the location out, but they came in and cleared one of these cemeteries. Do you think they only did a majority of it? If they come in to do something, they're going to do the whole thing. The whole thing. It's just too much. I believe when the Brian Laundrie case was over, they didn't have nowhere else to go with some content.
So did Cam start the whole debacle that started the MGL fight down there on Ben Hill Road? That's what it sounds like to me. It's there, I can see it. It's just strange to me. So you said it's 7 miles away from the property? Because Shay, the footprints were only behind the Wells house. To me, the footprints were in Pell's backyard, neighbor's backyard. That's what worries me. If we're looking that direction, I don't think 7 miles would have proof that Candace walked 7 miles. Oh, here's a video I could share. Something I made today. Did you guys see this?
I came by earlier, but it didn't look like anybody was here. So what?
Well, I was down here
So what
picking
do
up a trailer.
So why do you say you know too much? So what do you know about?
I mean, they're guilty as hell. I mean,
You think? What do you think?
I mean, within 3 hours he was here, and I was gone when the little girl went missing. Well, there's a friend of mine come, and Candace was walking off my driveway before she even called 911.
So she was.
It's like you're trying to set me up for some reason. That's what I feel.
So Candace came by here. Was she acting like she was looking for Summer?
Yeah, that's what she was acting when my friend came.
So did she?
He said that she was walking off the driveway, walking.
Was she by herself?
Yeah.
You mean she walked? No, she drove her vehicle down here, didn't she?
She was walking.
Reference the missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home. Now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
But he said that she stood outside the car, didn't even go to the door. I hollered at him and asked if he knew if we was home, and he told her that he said, I know. I don't know if they're home. I just now pulled up. And said that she said, well, their truck's not here. He said, well, then more than likely they're not home then. And said she got back in her car and said that she was asking if he seen that little girl.
Was this at your house? Which place was this? Was that this at your mom or?
It was at our place.
Yeah.
So she says, Fred says, hey, unfollowed. Fred says that Candace walked there. You hear the 911 caller say that Candace took a walk. And then you hear Laura say she drove there. Why is it such a difference in Fred and Laura's story? That's concerning to me. Listen.
I came by earlier about it, and it didn't look like anybody was here. So why?
Well, I was down here
So what
picking
do
up a trailer.
So
I see
so
you.
why do you say you know too much? Well, so what do you know about?
I mean, they're guilty as hell. I mean,
you think? What do you
yeah,
think?
I mean, within 3 hours he was here, and I was gone when the little girl went missing. Well, there's a friend of mine come, and Candace was walking off my driveway before she even called 911.
So she was.
It's like you're trying to set me up for some reason. That's what I feel.
So Candace came by here. Was she acting like she was looking for Summer? or-
Yeah, that's what she was acting when my friend came.
So did she?
He said that she was walking off the driveway, walking.
Was she by herself?
Yeah.
You mean she walked? No, she drove her vehicle down here, didn't she?
She was walking.
Rumors of a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
And he said that she stood outside the car, didn't even go to the door. I hollered at him and asked if he knowed if we was home, and he told her that he said, "I know. I don't know if they're home. I just now pulled up." And said that she said, "Well, their truck's not here." He said, "Well, then more than likely they're not home then." And said she got back in her car and said that she was asking if he seen that little girl.
Was this at your house? Which place was this? Was that this at your mom or
It was at our place.
Yeah.
So which was it? This is why we need to hear from Chad Arnold, in my opinion. Was she walking or was she driving? Jeremy Pill also stated they seen Candace walking out of the woods. Ellie Mae, Fred's sister, Karen, aka the bitch Elliot, has stated that I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, Chad. I forget what I was gonna say. Lost my train of thought. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. That's more like a crystal. Dom seemed to behave as though he was paying detectives. Yeah. Ernie was blackmailing Candace with multiple intentions when Dawn was in jail. Really? I think Ernie played a lot of fuck shit games while Dawn was in jail. I think they still need to be talked about. I agree with that. But that's for another live. I'm going to get going. It's time for music. I'm on 20 minutes later than I like. I try to stay as long as I can sit here. I'm telling you, I got ADHD. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Peace and love. It's so early today, and I slept like I slept. So I'll probably be back when I get bored. I'll find something to go live about. If you haven't seen my interview yesterday with Tanya Cash, I spoke a little bit about some things that may pertain to Summer's case when it comes to the We Can Bring You Hope things without necessarily naming them, but to the police and stuff around there so that people would get a hint of what it's like up here where I live, where some of these people connect, where my friend Chester is from. My friend Lisa, who's missing. I spoke about my friend Lisa. I'm going to have to share her picture. I'd really appreciate it if you guys watched, because Tanya's a real survivor. She really is. She's a strong woman, and it hasn't gotten many views. So if you haven't watched and you're bored and have nothing to do, Tanya's a survivor. She was kidnapped for 10 years and she escaped. She did a movie with Elizabeth Smart producing it. She wrote a book. She's married and she's a survivor. So anybody who wants to watch that live, I'd really appreciate it. Here's the link. I'll leave it there for a minute before I go. And I'm going to go. I'll see you all later. Peace and love. Bye. Have a good day.